Saturday night main event predictions. I'm Will. That's Brandon. We are the Cousins of Destruction Wrestling Podcast. As always, let's cheers. Talk about some wrestling, huh?
Yeah, kind of I guess they're framing this as the last PLE of 2024. So
2 in a month.
2 in a month, return to Saturday night main event. Obviously, over the years of WWE, some big stuff has happened. Do we think big stuff's going to happen? I guess we'll get into it now.
They have really set themselves up to really be able to establish the return of Saturday night main event as something special. Like, they've given themselves a lot of good story leeways here where we could really do something good and going into Netflix, so we shall see. But let's get into it. We got 5 matches, 4 that are officially announced, 1 that still has to be worked out on SmackDown Friday. But we'll talk about the one that was created last night on Raw. We have Sami Zayn taking on Drew McIntyre, kind of just like a 2-week feud that gets itself a PLE match. Happy to have it. Who do we got winning?
Yeah, I think I wore this Drew McIntyre shirt for a reason. This one seems to be the most cut and dry.
Yep.
This one, you talked about how they set themselves up for different stories and ways they could go. Kind of what do we want to see or what will we see ushering in the Netflix era? This one is very short and sweet. Drew McIntyre return, his first feud. Drew McIntyre has been on a tear. He's been some people's MVPs of 2024. Don't think that momentum slows down at all here. I think he pretty much, maybe not a squash match, but a squash match in terms of how dominant he is. I think he's going to go on from this. He's going to probably feud with Jay from the looks of it whenever Jay does come back. So you got to have Drew continue to keep the momentum. I think Drew's going to just destroy Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I don't think it'll be a traditional squash match, but it will be in terms of this will be a convincing victory for Drew McIntyre. Hasn't been on screen since him and Punk put on the classic at Hell in a Cell. So you got to just quickly remind people, what Drew McIntyre can do, kind of reestablish him on the level that he was when he last was seen in WWE. Get him a nice little victory here, like you say. Catapult him into the feud with Jey Uso, which should lift Jey up on the solo route of things. So can't wait for that feud. But like you said, this seems to be the most cut and dry. Not much to it. This has to be Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. If it's not, I don't know what they're doing. But
he takes one haluva kick.
That's how they need to establish him being strong. Is have him take 4 haluva kicks.
Yeah, honestly,
he just doesn't stay down.
He eats one, doesn't even fall, and just looks at him and gives him the Roman treatment. That move sucks. That'd be great. We need to.
Or what was it? The Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania where he pinned Sheamus, or the Sheamus and him match was 10 seconds. Remember that?
Oh yeah. When Daniel Bryan kissed.
Yeah.
He kissed AJ.
Yeah. So you could have that. You could have the bell ring and then just Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Boom. It's over.
Down with that.
Sign me up. Why not?
Next one we're gonna have to work through. We will be crowning our U.S. Women's Champion, but we still have the semifinal matchups to take place on Friday night. That will be Bayley and Chelsea. So winner of that will go on to face the winner of Michin, Tiffany Stratton. Who do you have in the final, and who do you have winning?
Yeah, so I have Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton. I guess you really can't go wrong with any of the 4 choices, which is nice to say.
Yes, you can. We don't need Bayley as champ.
Well, I was trying to be nice here.
I'm just being real. It ain't unnice. It ain't not nice.
You're right.
And we love Bayley, but we don't love Champion Bayley. Champion Bayley is another story. I don't know what happens to her. When she gets the belt, she loses her superpowers. It's like kryptonite to her.
Yeah. So I guess you are right. That is a wrong choice because that means Chelsea Green's not in it.
Yeah.
The other side of it, I don't really care who's in it against Chelsea Green. I think the storyline makes sense for Chelsea and Tiffany. They kind of went at it in the Money in the Bank, and then Tiffany pushes off Chelsea, and the whole Chelsea was afraid of heights thing kind of came into play and all that stuff. But Chelsea's also had a great rivalry with Michin with the dumpster match, which I thought was really entertaining. You even got the little promo before from Chelsea that I thought was awesome to Michin with the dumpster and the trash and all that stuff. Thought that was great. So Chelsea versus anybody.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Tiffany, and I think Chelsea wins this one. I've seen a lot of people say Tiffy 2 belts or Tiffany US with the briefcase, and that's also a really cool dynamic. But for me, Chelsea Green is long overdue to get something, and this is kind of the first thing to me that she gets to she deserves this. You know what I mean? Not saying that the other ones don't, but Chelsea's been that maximizer of minutes. She's been she kind of was, I don't know, underrated, I think, there for a little bit. And then the switch flipped and everybody was like, oh my God, Chelsea Green is amazing. So what a way for her to kind of end off 2024 going into 2025 as the champ.
I mean, I'll just flat out say Chelsea Green needs to be the first champion. That needs to be the thing. I think Chelsea beats Bayley. But I do have Michin getting a win against Tiffany. Not because necessarily Michin deserves it. I mean, Michin's great, but like everybody knows how great Tiffy is. Tiffy's next up. But Candice helped her get the win against Naomi and them. And I think that there is still drama to be had there between Candice and her. So maybe Candice comes out on Friday to try to help her again, ends up screwing her on accident. I just think that Tiffy has the briefcase. And so getting her anywhere near that title right now doesn't feel like the right decision in my point of view, because I also don't want Tiffy to lose clean to Chelsea Green, because I do want Tiffy to go on and win the belt from Nia. And so she doesn't need any clean losses on her belt here. And then, of course, like you just said, like you mentioned, Michin and Chelsea do have a little bit of history. They had the dumpster match. So this would be a good little long-term storytelling revenge arc for Chelsea Green. She finally gets her revenge on Michin for a title. It screams her name. Chelsea Green being the first U.S. title holder. She would be absolutely incredible as it. So I have Chelsea versus Michin at Saturday Night Main Event with Chelsea Green winning it.
Yeah, and I guess the important part is I don't care who you pick, whether it's Michin or Tiffany on that side. I do think ultimately, some way, somehow, Candice does come in and cost.
Yeah.
Whether it is in the semifinals or the finals. Like, I have it happening in the finals.
Yeah, that's my thing. I would rather it happen in the semifinals. Mm-hmm. I would rather the first ever women's mid-card title match be a clean match where we get a clean winner take all type deal, more than like, okay, Chelsea won the first ever mid-card, but like it was clouded in Candice LeRae and Nia stuff. That feels bad to me.
Yeah, I would like that as well. I would like it just to have the clean finish, because then it feels like it's important.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you could have the rebuttal of like, oh, well, Chelsea, who would be your mid-card champ, just pinned your Money in the Bank briefcase holder. How am I supposed to think Money in the Bank briefcase could go on? And, you have that whole thing. But either way, it's Chelsea Green. I don't care how you get there, really. I would prefer the clean finishes. I would prefer no effery or shenanigans. But I guess we'll see, because WWE does love themselves some shenanigans.
And when she wins, give her pyro. I want to see pyro.
Yeah, I think
confetti, pink confetti, something like that. I don't know. However, I want a big moment for Chelsea. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, we will move it on to the other women's match on this card, which I think just got much more interesting after the final shot of Monday Night Raw this week, when Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky kind of both held up the belt at one time. We do have Iyo Sky taking on Liv Morgan for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Who do you think wins this match?
Yeah, I guess the next 3 matches we're going to talk about. You look at the calendar, you're towards the middle part of December, last PLE before they go Raw on Netflix, and then you've got another one, and you've got the Rumble. So you've got some time there to do some title switches and things like that. My heart says Iyo Sky, and my heart saw the Rhea Iyo Sky both holding up the title and being like, yeah, that's what I want. That's 1,000% what I want. But then I thought about it, and I was like, I don't see a way that Liv drops the belt before Netflix. I'm thinking that they're building up that Netflix, that premiere, to be like a, not Mania level, but maybe right below that.
Triple H said they're looking at it as Mania level.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
And they say that, but like,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
Nothing is Mania level.
Right,
you know what I mean? Right. So they can say that, but it might be a tick below that. But I think on that Raw, we're going to get title changes, whether mid card or maybe main title ones, because you do have the Rumble right around the corner. So I think maybe they're saving a lot of stuff for that. So for this, I'm just gonna go Liv Morgan. I hope I'm wrong. I know we've said that before with some PLEs and things like that. I hope Iyo Sky does win this. I would much rather see Iyo versus Rhea. I would much rather be intrigued with that. Give us a break from Liv. Give us a break from the Rhea, Liv, Raquel triangle thing. Ultimately, though, I don't see it.
Yep, I'm 100% with you. My heart wants Iyo Sky to win this match, not even because I'm over Liv. That's not the thing. I'm just over Liv versus Rhea, and I feel like all of us know that down the line, whether that be Rumble, hopefully not Mania, that's going to happen. The belt's going to get to Rhea Ripley. So to me, I would much rather Iyo just get the win here and then you have it go to Rhea that way. So we get like 1 month of not Rhea Liv and Rhea gets the belt that way. And then maybe you can pick it up again at whenever with Liv again and they sell it once and for all. But no, I don't see it happening. I'm with you. I think Liv 100% takes the belt into Netflix. I don't think that that's a title change that we're going to see. And I think that at the soonest, Liv's not dropping that belt until Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I would agree. We talk about ways to do quick switches, and part of me thinks, like you said, you have Iyo take the title off of her here. You have Rhea and Iyo feud for a little bit, and then you know Rhea ultimately gets the win, and then you can circle back to the Liv.
Then we're back to Revenge Tour.
Yeah, you get the Revenge Tour. You can circle back, and you give everybody a little bit of a break.
Yes,
I think that's the smartest thing they should do. Knowing WWE, that's not what they're going to do. But
because in order for it to happen, you'd have to have Rhea Coster.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I want, it would just, the Rhea Liv stuff would still just be there. Even if Rhea had the belt, even if Iyo had the belt for a month and they were feuding with Rhea, like it would just still be there. There would just be an extra step. And I think Iyo deserves a little bit better than that.
That's exactly what I was about to say. If you do that, you find yourself running into like, okay, well, Iyo deserves a long title reign. She deserves like a long feud. Like maybe she doesn't have the belt for 7 months, but her and Rhea putting on classic matches and having that great rivalry, like that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
So ultimately, maybe we get Liv retaining here. She loses it to Rhea whenever, and then you can circle back with Rhea and Iyo. That's ultimately what I think I want and maybe what everybody wants.
I completely 100% agree. Now we got the two big uns. Two big uns. Now, it's been rumored. I mean, it's freaking Twitter and the IWC, so who knows? But it's rumored that there's going to be a big title turn here at Saturday night's main event. And that, to me, if I'm looking at the card, that can only mean one of these two matches. Yeah. So, first, we do have what is now a triple threat match. We have Damian Priest taking on Finn Balor, taking on Gunther, triple threat World Heavyweight Championship match. Who wins it?
Yeah, you saying that, I didn't know that. So
it was circulating all over today.
So you saying that really kind of piques my interest. You look at this match, it's another thing for me of who carries the title into Netflix.
Yeah.
So you're kind of looking at it that way. The storyline for me would make the most sense would be Finn. I think Finn should get the title here. He can have the title, then he can drop the tag titles on Raw, and he can ultimately be like, I don't really care about that. Like, I got this title, you know, and he can kind of be that leader role, but kind of like shun everybody else in Judgment Day away. I think that would be really smart. And you can kind of keep running him and Priest back. Ultimately, though, I'm still going to pick Gunther. Just for the sense of carrying that title into Netflix. That's it. If this wasn't right before the end of the calendar year, right before they're building this up, I would maybe lean more towards a Priest or Finn. I think you can have Gunther continue to have that title, and you can keep running Finn and Priest without a title on the side. Like one of them maybe has the pin, other breaks it up. Will you cost me? Will you? You can do that. Because to me, that feud doesn't really need a title. I would like it to, but it doesn't need one.
Yeah, this is tough. This is tough. If it wasn't so soon with the Finn stuff, I might give the edge to Finn here and be like, ooh, he's going to pull something out of the hat.
Yeah.
But it does feel just a little bit too soon. This would feel like if Finn stole the title here, it would kind of feel like the equivalent to what Shinsuke kind of just did to LA Knight, except it's the world title and it's Gunther. It's just different circumstances. I don't see it happening. I see somehow, some way Dom getting involved. Maybe we do get a Dom sort of turn on Finn, or maybe he inadvertently screws Finn over because we've seen they kind of have a back and forth going on right now. Finn looks down on him in a lot of ways. Damian Priest is probably going to be more focused on Finn Balor than he is Gunther. And then, of course, Judgment Day is going to be a part of it. So this just leaves, it feels like there's one big story right here of Judgment Day, Damian, Finn, and then Gunther has a little bit over here to be a part of it, but not so much to where he should drop the belt and continue to be a part of this story. Have Gunther win it, have Damian and Finn go do their thing, and then have Gunther move on to Ludwig or something bigger.
Yeah, and you could even have, I mean, like you just said, you could have Dom run some accidental interference to cost Finn.
Yeah.
And you could, I mean, I don't know if I would like this because it's the same thing kind of over and over, but you could run Priest and Gunther back at Rumble because it is so soon after this. And you could have Finn and Dom kind of go head to head. Kind of goes against what Finn's saying about how he wants that title. But at that point, you know, the seeds have been planted that him and Dom are really starting to dislike each other, you know?
If we're going to get fully into that, and we'll save it for the what if on that one. We'll save it for the what if.
We'll save it.
I have opinions on that one, so stick tuned to that one coming out Friday. But so right now we're sticking to the only thing that differs in our opinion is who Chelsea beats in the final.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But we got ourselves a big main event. I'm guessing we're main eventing it. Who knows?
I mean, it's Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. And
Cody must pose.
Cody must pose. You wasn't that Survivor Series. So we didn't get a whoa.
No.
Can't screw us out of another whoa.
No
Kidding
whoa.
me? No whoa. No whoa here. Anyway, WWE Championship match. Cody Rhodes on the bum ankle taking on Kevin Owens. Who wins it here at Saturday night's main event?
Yeah. You know, thinking about this one, at least originally, I was like, man, Cody Rhodes has that bum ankle. Kevin Owens has said nothing wrong. Like, I see, you know, I'm here with Kevin. I see exactly what he's saying. I understand it. He said no lies about anything. Like, okay, yeah, I'm really starting to believe Kevin. I'm really starting to think Cody with that bum ankle. We'll see on Friday on SmackDown what kind of happens in terms of that ankle. Some sort of attack, something like that. I think if they're going to change the title, you could do a quick one with this. My only thing, though, is again, the Netflix thing. I keep saying it. I feel like WWE would be just foolish to have Cody drop the title and not walk into the Netflix era with it. Not saying that it makes for the best story, because the best story to me would be for Kevin to take the title off of him. I just think from a outsiders like marketing level, the Netflix era, ushering in Cody Rhodes, he's the ultimate babyface, and he's going to walk in with that title still, good or bad in terms of, you know, whether it should or shouldn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue anything you just said, but I'm pulling the trigger on this one.
I'm not mad at you for it.
I think you're right. From a marketing standpoint and everything, you want Cody Rhodes to, with a big old smile, walk into your Raw on Netflix day one with that shiny belt, being the man, pyro, everything. We know Cody Rhodes. But I think that when it comes to wrestling, shock and awe also plays a big play here. And what is more incentivizing to tune in than if, holy crap, Cody Rhodes lost the belt and now he's back on his grind of a whole new story to get the belt back. People have complained about the Cody Rhodes title era, the title reign, and it is what it is on that one. What would be better to give him a little boost, a little spark, than to drop that title, make him the underdog again, make him have to have another little like story arc, and then he can get that belt back come Rumble time, and then you know he goes into WrestleMania season hot, back with the belt. Who's his challenger going to be? And we get rolling there. I just think that this would be so smart in terms of just lighting a fire under Cody's ass and giving fans something to cheer about again.
Yeah, 1,000%. Like I said, for the storyline wise, for the wrestling wise, it makes all the sense in the world. And you can have Cody, I mean, realistically, you could have him drop it here. You could market the Raw on Netflix as Cody tries to get it back. You could do it there. Or, hey, maybe we don't want to, do that then. We can push it out till Rumble.
Or you can lose it at Saturday night's main event and get it back at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, you could do
Legit.
that. I mean, I do think they're going to have some sort of main title match on that opening night. So whether that is,
Me too.
The Raw champion or SmackDown, whoever it is, it would make a lot of sense to have Cody drop it here and maybe get it back there. And then you have the ultimate third and final at Rumble. That's kind of maybe what I'm kind of hoping for here. We talk all the time about, playing hot potato or at least spicing things up. Like the Cody run, for lack of a better term, like to some people, it's been kind of boring, right? Like they won the title at Mania. He's going to kind of just keep holding it until Mania. You could make it more interesting here. Cody, I mean, he was better, at least to me, fighting as that underdog, that reason, that baby face that you're like, come on, Cody, like you can do this. And now it's just the other side where it's like everything's kind of the same.
Yep.
So if you can spice it up, I'm all for it.
Yeah, spice it up. And he's got the injury. If KO can come out Saturday and really hit that thing up and give us, and Cody's limping into into Saturday night's main event. I just think the combination of that being a good reason to point to and give it as an excuse, coupled with the wonderful storytelling that has been the Kevin Owens Cody Rhodes feud, it's a perfect time to do it. And if they don't do it here, it feels like, damn, just sit back, relax, and hopefully we get ourselves a good enough feud to think that he might lose at WrestleMania type deal. Like, if he doesn't lose here, it just feels like it ain't happening, right? It ain't happening anytime soon.
Yeah. My only question, I guess, for you, the resident John Cena fan, how many times did John Cena seem as if he was down against the odds with injuries and he rose above?
Man, I love Cody, but he ain't Cena.
I mean, he's this generation Cena.
They didn't let him make it. He didn't let him make that belt a spinner belt. If John Cena walked in and he was like, I kind of want this to look like the Winged Eagle, they would have been like, yes, sir, Mr. Cena.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is like, can I make this look like the Winged Eagle? And like, shut up. Put the gold thing on.
Well, that's just because The Rock's on the board, and The Rock hates Cody, It's just one of those things that, like, yeah, it makes for a better story if Cody loses. And, I am a big Cody fan, but at the same time, like, it's almost like the Chiefs.
No.
The odds stacked against them. You know what? I'm not betting against them until that 3 count happens.
Yeah.
Until the Chiefs get defeated in the postseason.
Yeah.
I'm picking them every time.
The doink for the division.
Mm-hmm.
Doink for the division. So, I mean, with that last one, we differ on our who's fighting Chelsea and Cody and KO. So that's what it's going to come down to. Cannot wait. Those are our predictions. Looking forward to it. Let us know in the comments what your predictions are. We want to hear them. But follow us on all of our socials at COD WrestlePod, COD WrestlePod. Come watch our live streams for Raw, SmackDown, PLEs, twitch.com/COD WrestlePod. And if you want to come talk to us, we have a link tree. It's got all these socials in it. Come comment on our stuff. Come to our Discord. We love talking to you guys there. So thank you for all the support. But I'm Will. That's Brandon. We're the Cousins of Destruction Wrestling Podcast. And we will see you next time.